Hey guys, Professor Bill of Comic Book University and Darth Vader. This is volume 2, but issue 14. Insane. Insane. So basically, Darth Vader and his band of Inquisitors with his ninth sisters and all that, they're like, all right, let's go and let's kick some butt. These guys killed the ambassador from the Empire to Mon Calamari, and obviously it was actually them. It was actually Darth Vader who did it. But it's like, yeah, so we gotta go in here, we gotta start something. So they're going around and they're like just killing people, dude. They're just killing people straight up. It's not necessarily a full-scale invasion, but it is an invasion nonetheless. And the Mon Calamari King, this is the same dude from back in the Clone Wars. And let me just stop for a second and recognize the art. Oh my God! Like the art has always been good. All right, Giuseppe here, he's an amazing artist, but he takes it a step further. And he actually goes and he puts in a bunch of Clone Wars style art, which is just, dude, are you kidding me? So, like, this was amazing. This was amazing because, like, what do you call it? The Jedi that's at the bottom of the sea, someplace, under the sea. Anyway, he sees Darth Vader and he recognizes him immediately as Anakin Skywalker. So he's just like, oh, no way, there's Anakin Skywalker. So he starts going back in time in his mind and recalling certain events that happened during the TV show, The Clone Wars. That's crazy. Like the renditions were perfect. So they might have just taken straight lithographs. I'm not sure, but it was just so good. So anyway, the invasion is just going straight, and what's his name? Rexar and Akbar are the two guys. It's like, okay, listen, the general tells him, like, Akbar, you take the northern hemisphere, and Rexar, you take the bottom. I'm gonna try 2 attempts at trying to protect my people. One of them doesn't involve blood. So the first one, literally the best that he could do. He's like, Grand Admiral Thrawn, or whatever your rank is right now. Not cool, dude. Not cool. What are you doing? Like, you need to stop this, all right? We didn't kill this dude. And it's so funny because I remember way back in the day, I don't actually remember which president this was under. Could this have been under Reagan and I want to say Nikolai Volkov. Duh, that's my wrestling background. Mikhail Gorbachev. There we go. I wonder if it was them who the Russian president wanted to, and by that I mean the USSR president. Anyway, he wanted to come to Disneyland, but it was like a momentary notice. And he's like, dude, if I maybe had like a day to plan it, we'd make it so that the park would be empty, and then you can come on over and hang out. He's like, I just want to go to Disneyland. I can't go while your people are there. He's like, well, we can't ensure your safety if there are a bunch of other people there. And it was like a huge embarrassment thing where he points out, he's like, well, if you were to go anywhere in the streets of Russia, I would absolutely guarantee your safety. That's a funny thing because America was embarrassed by that, but at the same time, it shows a lot about, a dictatorship, where it's like, dude, if you get out of line, I swear I will kill you, I will kill your family, I will send anybody who's left over up to, what the heck is it called? Whatever, just some horrible prison, some gulag someplace, you know what I'm saying? And just, terrible. So, like, it's a funny pride thing. So what do you call it? The king is told by Tarkin, he says, listen, man, either you did this, either you attacked and killed our ambassador, or you're not in control of your people. Like, that's the kind of totalitarian nonsense that they bring forth. Because when you want to invade somebody, you're going to invade somebody. So he's just like, dude, I'm telling you, if you come after us, we're going to fight back aggressively. So here's your great diplomatic relations. Tarkin goes and says, is that a threat? Like, why do you do something like that? So the king responds, it's a warning. Me personally, I'd have been like, oh, you damn well better believe it, son. I'm just like, yeah, definitely is. Like, this is my olive branch. Back off, or we will beat you to death with that olive branch. So it might be seaweed because it is Mon Calamari. Anyway, so like this was just amazing. And then Tarkin, he says, I'm going to give you one last bit of advice. Stop fighting. In other words, make it easy for us. And when we're systematically enslaving all of your people to do what we want anyway, yeah. Like, wow. Like, it's terrifying and it's horrible and it's evil, but it's such a great representation of what a fascist state will actually do. So the Mon Calamari, man, they're willing to take a step that these guys weren't expecting. And Tarkin is funny because he's all like, oh, there's nothing that they can do that we aren't prepared for. Well, it turns out that's not true, because they send up these two whale-like creatures who cause this giant splash, this tsunami that covers the entire planet, and all these little outposts that they have on the surface world. There is no surface world at this point. Like, the surface world is done, dude. It's done. So Tarkin's like, how did we not know about this? Like, their empire is vast, but it's under the waves. These outposts, they were at least staging stations that we could have used. Now what are we going to do? Like, this makes it infinitely harder to take over these people. You were just so confident of yourself. So what does he do? He turns around and he blames his next in charge. And he's, I'm sorry. And he goes, and Tarkin says, listen, man, you better figure it out, because it's a long way down to Mon Calamari, meaning I'm going to kick you out the Star Destroyer and you're going to fall all the way down to the planet's surface. That's cute and all, but I guess it's better than what Vader would do. Like, this is just insane, man. This is insane. So I am absolutely loving the insanity that is happening here. This war, this galaxy-wide war of just, like, the war is supposed to be done, right? The Clone War is done. Everything is supposed to be done. The rebels, they're done. But when you are a military machine, you are a hammer, and everything is a nail. Everything, problem or not. Love this. I'm giving this comic book an A. I loved this. This is crazy deep. And now, and by the way, that cover, that front cover, I've been talking about this since 2 issues. I saw this cover coming. That's a terrifying cover. Jaws has nothing on Vader in the ocean. Forget about it. But yeah, next issue, we're going to see how Vader's able to get himself out of being drowned. Let's see what happens to his ninth sisters. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.